Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming my leader, Kathy Cloninger, Girl Scouts.
Connie and I said we shouldn't look at each other. Okay, so Connie, you've done a lot of things with me, but could just for a moment you wave a magic wand and make me sing like Yolanda Adams? Oh, I can't tell you. There's no place I would rather be than in this magnificent hall with 10,000 of my Girl Scout family in my last 2 hours as the national CEO. So I'm like, it's like, should I cry or should I laugh or should I go have a martini? It really is. It's a very special moment, and we have literally turned a corner at this convention, and lots of you have been coming up to me saying, this convention is absolutely awesome. It is life-size, as Peter Drucker once said we should be. And I just want to let everyone know that this is what 2012 and beyond looks like. It will be like this all the time now in Girl Scouting. I want to say a special thank you to my partner, Connie Lindsay. I am thrilled you have elected her for another 3 years as your president. There could not be a more intelligent partner for me, and also one who is heartfelt and compassionate, and who has the most spirited soul I have ever seen. I love this woman. And I want to thank my sister, Linda, for being with me. If you've read Tough Cookies, she was in the Girl Scouts with me, and she and I were the first in our family to graduate from college. So, Linda, I'm so glad you're here. And everybody has to have girlfriends. My girlfriend drove over from Austin, Texas, and Kathleen, I'm thrilled to have you here. And to all the fabulous staff, and a special thank you. I can't call out 400 names. So, Lynn, I just have to say, you have been right by me the whole way, and it's been fabulous. And then the last person I'll say a thank you to before I move on, and I'm going to do it, sweetheart, without crying. Mike Williams has been right there writing songs and keeping me one foot in front of the other for the last 30 years, but 8 years as national CEO. So, Mike Williams, you rock. Okay. Well, I have to say I spent a lot of time thinking about my speech, and I intended to start this afternoon's remarks by telling you a story about some incredible Girl Scouts, the Flying Monkeys. Heard that name before? It turns out that the Girl Scout Leadership Institute, they're smart, they talked about the Flying Monkeys, and then we all heard the fabulous Katie Couric on Thursday night tell about this wonderful troop of Girl Scouts in Ames, Iowa, who won that national prize for inventing a device so a handicapped girl could write. So this afternoon, instead of telling the story again, I'm just going to do a shout out by saying, how about those flying monkeys? Those Girl Scout innovators are a great example of how Girl Scouts can take on tough challenges and find answers that no one else has been able to find, and to make the world a better place. But it makes me wonder, Why aren't we seeing this kind of leadership excellence from women all over the country in every sector of our culture? When I look around, I don't see nearly enough women at the leadership table. We've been talking about the stats throughout this convention. You know that only 15% of boardroom seats are filled by women. Few governors are women. Almost no CEOs of Fortune 500 companies are women. Almost no women run the movie and TV industry that keeps churning out warped images of girls. So imagine this. Imagine a class of 50 students, evenly divided between boys and girls. Now imagine sending out all but one of the girls and asking the 25 boys to stay in the room. So now you've got a group of 25 boys and one girl to solve a complex problem. You wouldn't think of doing that. It's insane. But that's exactly what corporate America looks like today. After seeing those young women of distinction yesterday, who wouldn't want to see women with that kind of spirit in top leadership roles across every sector in this country? You know, and I know that our girls are eager to lead. In Girl Scouts, we see it in a wonderful 1,000 ways every day. But girls aren't crossing that divide to lead as women. They aren't leading when society needs them the most. And that's simply not acceptable. It's especially unacceptable in times like these. Today, 3 out of 4 Americans think our country is on the wrong track. Just 10% think our economy is getting better. Half of our country believes our best days are behind us. I can't help but remember the journalist Arianna Huffington's remark. I have a feeling that if Lehman Brothers had been Lehman Brothers and Sisters, they might still be around. This is not about getting rid of all the men in leadership roles. It's just that men, by themselves, aren't doing so well. Earlier this year, the Harvard Business Review published a study that showed that adding more women to a team makes that team smarter. Yeah, no surprise? The lead researcher said, this finding has huge possibilities for the future of the human family. Though you can change an individual's intelligence only so much, we think it's completely possible to markedly change a group's intelligence. So while America faces social and economic reality that looks awfully grim, I think we can all see a world of enormous possibility and enormous hope. A world that Juliet surely saw a century ago, when women will contribute their vast leadership talents across every sector in our society. So the question now is, how does America cross that bridge to this new world? Who will lead the way across? This challenge is so broad and so deep that it needs an organization with equal reach and the proven ability to tackle problems head on. It needs an organization that people trust to understand girls and to appreciate how girls lead. It needs a group that can advocate for girls. It needs an organization with a track record of helping girls reach their potential and ascend to leadership. So, I hope it's clear to you that the power to take on the challenge of America's leadership crises lies uniquely in this room. We've retooled our movement before, and never before have we been so ready to hear and to answer America's call for leadership. Today, Girl Scouting is committing to taking on the challenge of bringing women to leadership, beginning by declaring 2012 as the Year of the Girl. 100 years ago, Juliet Gordon Low founded the Girl Scouts with a goal to enable girls to do things they had never done before. So this afternoon, at this instant, on the threshold of the next 100 years, we are renewing Juliet's promise to help girls go places and do things they have never done before. We aim no less than to transform America's leadership landscape in a single generation through immediate, intense, sustained, nationwide focus on developing and encouraging the leadership potential of girls. In a single generation, we can push the United States to a tipping point where women move from being a minority to achieving a true balance of leadership, that we can and we will make the workable decisions that our country has to have if we are to remain a leader among nations.